Last year I was going to do a bit of a retrospective of everything I'd done, but we're now already mid-January, so I kind of feel it's a little bit late. But what I could do is talk about what I want to do this year. So we're going to have a look at some nice fabrics and things and plans for this year. Okay, so the first idea, 100 ladies. I haven't managed to get the fabric in the UK. It's by a Japanese designer, but I've seen it in American shops and Etsy shops and things. But I'm kind of waiting to see if someone in the UK picks it up. And if you know of a place that sells it, just comment in my comments and I will see it and I will get it. But for now, I've bought this cotton strip. It's for quilters. It's 5 centimeters or 2.5 inches deep. And I thought a great idea would be to sew 100 people along the fabric. And then I started thinking, because obviously I've got a son and a partner, I won't just stick to women. I will do all kinds of people. And then I started thinking it'd be cute to have like walk like an Egyptian people going along. And it basically got a little bit out of hand, and I thought I should do the whole of history on this piece of fabric, which would take years, obviously, and is a major project. So I've kind of brought it back down, and we're going to make a little template, and we're going to do 100 people. Starting off 100 people. It might not be stitched every day, but it's one of those projects that is just going to be going on in the background as the year goes on. The idea was these large pins, which I want to make some brooches out of. I've seen some, they use some scrap fabric, for example, and you either do some slow stitching, or you could write a slogan or something, and I think they would be quite cool and quite sort of funky and junky. And number one, I need to clear the filming space. So this is where I film. It's on a little kind of chest in a conservatory. You can actually see my breath today because it is super cold at the moment, and it's a leaky conservatory, so I've not got a great space, but it's got so much natural light that I think it's the best space to film. But I don't actually do a lot of work here, which is lucky because all my projects kind of end up around the filming space, so I really need to tidy that up. I've started a stitch book for this year, which I did show you how to make in another video, and I've done my first Scrappy Birds project, my first project in the book. So I'm going to be doing quite a bit more in the felt kind of scrapbook. Lots of little ideas that I might develop into something else later down the line, and a lot of just slow stitching. So it's going to be really mindful and relaxing, just because I find it relaxing at the end of the day just to do some mindful stitching. So we've got a lot more that needs to go in that book and get that one done. Another project is postcards. I thought it might be nice to make another little book of kind of landscape little embroideries that are important to me about places. So I thought postcards would be a great way, a great kind of theme to bring all those places together. So I'm going to do a book of postcards of where I grew up, where I live now, where we like to go on holiday, that kind of thing. I got this fabric, I just got a sample, which I thought would be 10 centimeters because it said 10 centimeters. I thought it would be 10 by 10, but obviously it's 10 centimeters by the length, the width of the normal fabric. So I've got way too many stamps for this project, but that also gives me some stamps for other projects. So I've got that. I'm going to do some little landscapes and put them in a book. So I will show you, it'll be quite a personal project, but it'll be something that you could take the idea of the book, take the idea of the postcards, and maybe get some other ideas from it as well. So I'm hoping you might be interested in that. I haven't forgotten that I've got a lot of lovely printed fabric from Madder. I've almost finished Autumn Glory, so I will finish that one and show you the finished piece. I've also broken it down into lots of little areas where I sort of showcase the stitches I've used, so those videos will be coming out as well, which is kind of useful just to see how you can use certain stitches. I'm gonna do the negative space one next. So you can have a look in my previous videos to have a look at all the fabrics that I got from Madder. Had a bit of a splurge. Not the only one of the year either. So this is the negative space one. I will also show you how you can make your own negative space embroidery, which basically means the areas that are not embroidered spell out a word or show you a shape. Might be quite a good one for Valentine's Day, where you could have lots of nice flowers around an empty space of a heart shape. So that will be coming up. And then I wanted to do a little bit more experimenting. I did an ET piece. The moon was watercolour and ET on his bike was embroidery. And I think there's a lot of scope there for playing around with watercolours and embroideries, and I think probably they will be sort of botanical pieces, leaves, plants, trees and flowers. I want to try and use watercolour and do sort of mixed media embroidery. And then another project, I've got so many things that I want to get through this year. I don't know if I'm going to get through them all, but hopefully they might spark some ideas in you as well. So another thing I want to do is try wool felting. Now obviously you can make lots of cute little animals and things with wool felting, which are really cute. Maybe one day I will have a go at that. But what I want to try is using the wool felt as a background and then embroidering on top. So I've got a couple of things here. I've got some blue colours. I've also got the needle and a pad that you need to work on. I need to read up and watch some videos on this because this is completely new to me. I've just seen the effect. I follow a few people on Instagram and I think, wow, it's really dramatic and really interesting. So I want to do some sort of blue skies, sunsets, maybe even a space one, and then do some embroidery in front of it. And those are some of the things I have lined up for this year. I hope you'll join me. If you subscribe, you'll get the notifications of when I do post a video. And I hope I get it all finished, but we will see at the end of the year what I have to show you.